Auburn and Arkansas, we're thinking, all right, it's coming off a bye week. Arkansas, new offensive coordinator, looks pretty decent. Let's see if they can back it up. Woo, that was a strong effort from the Auburn Tigers and Hugh Freeze.
Not at all what I was expecting,
No.
because I thought Arkansas had figured some stuff out offensively. I thought they knew who they were, and getting back to running the football with KJ and what Rocket did against Florida down there in Gainesville a week ago. But that is a great example of how this league can eat you up, and Auburn deserves a lot of credit. They started fast. They were scoring on offense. They get the punt return to score on special teams, and Arkansas finds themselves in a 21-0 hole midway through the first quarter. They're not built to come from behind. They get the pick six, they get the interception that could have been a pick six. They stop them at about the 20-yard line. After going 3 and out, Arkansas's offense only manages to get 2 yards down there in the red zone, and they have to kick a field goal. I just thought the dominant performance speaks to how well this team's kind of evolving there on the Plains.
Yeah, Auburn is now bowl eligible, and we thought that there would be some success the way the schedule had set up, and I don't know if we saw the way that it was coming since Peyton Thorne took over, and it really wasn't Peyton Thorne's game. It was just the fact of now there was at least a threat of what he can do, both with his legs and his arms, leads to 354 yards rushing, and now Hugh Freeze has it rolling. I want you to check out this little post-game celebration, and here's Hugh Freeze in the locker room afterwards.
We going bowling! Hey, I am so proud of your way you practiced, prepared, and man, I've been telling you, that was the most complete effort. Proud of the coaches on both sides, special teams. It was a complete effort. That does not happen often in this league.
Really impressive. In CD, you gave me a little bit of hell earlier this season when I said, hey, I think that Hugh Freeze could get Auburn into a college football playoff contending team.
No. Let me give you credit. It wasn't this season. It was last season. Yeah. We were in Atlanta for the SEC Championship weekend. The news of the hiring about Hugh Freeze to Auburn came out. And you said with the expanded playoff coming that Hugh Freeze will have them in the mix in 2 seasons. And I laughed at you. And I think that actually in hindsight, you had some great points about what he is able to do, both in terms of coaching ability and recruiting. He has been a tireless recruiter. Everybody knows about the success on the recruiting trail. Obviously, that has to come to fruition in December when they sign those guys. But this is a guy that's created a lot of excitement there and done it, I think, quicker than could have expected with a talent that probably self-admittedly for him wasn't anywhere near where they wanted it to be this year.
It's a great point that you made about a couple weeks ago, saying, hey, a good coach is going to take what ingredients they have and figure out going, all right, how do I win with these guys? And that's what Hugh Freeze has done. And I think even more importantly, he brought a fractured Auburn fan base all together, which may be as important as anything. We all know that crazy things can happen to Jordan Hare, and having the Iron Bowl there in now 2 weeks and a team that's going to be completely trending, that adds a little bit of a different element, and they now can play spoiler to Alabama's entire season coming up over there on Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, it creates a little more drama, and I didn't think that Auburn's passing game was something that was going to be sustainable. Peyton Thorne for the 3rd straight game, is kind of the guy that gets the opportunity to take the baton and run with it. I thought he was impressive running the football early on, and that scheme that Hugh Freeze and Philip Montgomery use offensively with so many backside pullers, creating some numbers advantages and overloading the defense has been well run by Peyton Thorne, and I just give him a lot of credit for what he's developed into this season.
Well, you're always trying to win, so honestly, it doesn't feel a whole lot different than what it does every week. We want to win and coach for our players to be the best they possibly can be. And, in coaching, I think a lot of times you get concerned when you felt like you've had a really good practice week and it doesn't go well on a Saturday. So we went back and tried to figure out if we can change something up. Obviously, it was the same thing we did against Florida format-wise. But no, I mean, we're trying to win games and trying to do the best we can to put the kids in the best spot to have success. We can't do anything about what people write. I just wish they would write truth. But we can't deal. Not opinion. What if you're saying a man's fired, then he should be fired. So we can't deal with untruth things, and that's probably the most difficult thing because the kids believe it and the parents believe it. So, but look, we put ourselves in this situation, and we got to fight our way out of it. Well, we got a lot to fix, So I'm going to go today about what we did wrong and how we can fix it. And our kids probably hear and read the same thing that the recruits do. I'm not going to address it because I don't think it's as severe as y'all do. But if they ask me about it, then I'm going to explain, about that. But I don't have time really to explain about my job security. To be honest with you, we've got to beat FIU, and that's an honest answer. So. If I was worried about me personally, I think it would take away from what we're trying to get done here. I got a job to do. I get paid to do it. I need to do a better job, and so I can't really sit around worried about my job security or me or anything like that. But I just think it's a much bigger issue with the media than it is with myself.
I think there's some pressure, still there in Arkansas with Sam Pittman. I thought Sam Pittman's, did a pretty good job for a while. They're better than most of us expected. But now, he hired Dan Enos to run the offense. That didn't work out. And I think they know that that's only going to get harder in that league with Texas and OU coming in if you're Arkansas. So there's a lot to sort out there, for the Razorbacks as well in the last couple of weeks.
Carolina. Meanwhile, at Arkansas, Sam Pittman is not being asked about other jobs. He's being asked about his job. But Pittman said yesterday that he is not worried about his job security. Pittman went on to say he believes he's the coach for the university and wants to stay for a long time.
Farewell to the SEC West, hands down the toughest division in college football. Mike Rodak joining us to talk about that and much more. He covers the Crimson Tide and the SEC for 24/7. Mike, great to have you back on the program. Let's pick up that theme. We're just a couple of weeks away from the end of the West. Especially in the last 15 or 20 years, what a division that has been.
Sure has. I think I was on the show maybe late winter, early spring, and it was starting to become a topic back then. This would be the last season of a lot of different things in college football, the 14 playoffs, the divisions and the SEC and the Big Ten, and even the TV deals changing. And I think some people might not have realized it at the time, but now it's becoming something that is a little bit more imminent. Even on Saturday when Alabama won the SEC West, and I wrote that it was the 15th and final time, and that was the headline of my story. There were some people that said, "What are you talking about? It's the final time that Alabama wins the SEC West." And I said, "It is. This is the end." So it's a big change, and it's a division that I think, especially for the last 20 years, and it's been around 32 years, but especially the last 20 years has been just an absolute meat grinder. For the teams that are in there, and obviously Alabama and their rise under Nick Saban plays a big role, but it's a lot more than that. And it's been pretty deep, 1 through 6 and then 1 through 7 once Texas A&M joined. And I think any coach in America would tell you that it's been the toughest division to coach the last 20 years.
Mike, as someone who not only covered the Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher controversy a couple of years ago, but really it was right in the middle of it. I think you were there breaking that story on the night that it happened from Birmingham. I was just curious, and I realize nobody says anything other than the right thing, but whether or not there was any schadenfreude going on in the Alabama football office the other day as Jimbo Fisher was sent packing.
Yeah, it's a good question. I would have to imagine that there's some sort of strife, even though we heard all these good things and they kind of made up and said there were a couple, West Virginia boys that kind of got into a scrap and then, moved past it. You have to imagine that on both sides of it, that Jimbo Fisher wasn't happy with Nick Saban. publicly saying what he did, and obviously Nick Saban, I think any human being probably wouldn't be happy with some of the things that Jimbo Fisher said. So I think it's only human nature to assume that there's some level of kind of lingering, very quiet animosity. I don't think that's a stretch to say. Do I think Alabama was popping champagne, yesterday or 2 days ago when it happened? No. I think Nick Saban realizes that the business is what it is, and ultimately coaches do get fired and coaches move on, and you're going to see different coaches down the road, and there's relationships that exist outside of team colors and then team logos. So I don't think Nick Saban's ever going to get up and say, oh, it was great that Jimbo Fisher got fired and I won. I don't know if that's necessarily what he was thinking behind the scenes either, but I think Nick Saban's a competitive enough guy that I don't think he was just sitting there listening to Jimbo Fisher 2 years ago saying you should have been slapped more as a child, and just taking that and not having any sort of effect on him.
4 more games on the SEC scheduled today. Auburn hosting New Mexico State at 4 Eastern on SEC Network, while Arkansas plays Florida International on ESPNU at 7:30 Eastern. Interim coaches Greg Knox and Elijah Robinson both take the field at noon as Mississippi State and Texas A&M host games on SEC Network Plus.
And when it's all said and done, statistically, he will go down as the best ever to play the position here.
Yeah, there's no question about that. He's chasing some career records tonight. He's likely to wind up tonight with a touchdown pass or two and become the all-time leader in that category. He only needs 44 yards to become the all-time leader in passing yards. And you see the where he ranks with everything else. But listen, a lot has been put on his plate this season. He had 2 great years. He has struggled this year because of poor offensive line play, a lot of sacks, and so much has been asked of him. Running the ball, he's their leading rusher, and passing it. He needs help. They got to find some help for him tonight.
Well, they've decided to call the Hogs, and here come the Arkansas Razorbacks. We'll see Chris Mitchell to begin things. Arkansas won the toss. They've opted to defer, so FIU will receive the kick. This is the second meeting between FIU and Arkansas. Their first meeting came way back in 2007. Arkansas won that game 58-10. Cam Little kicking things away. Ross Fournay back deep, and it's a touchback. And here comes the Panthers offense. Kewan Jenkins, the freshman, is the quarterback. And he hands it off to Keyshawn Owens, and that is blown up. Jenkins throwing it incomplete. 3-year starter, 3-year captain, needs just 44 yards to become the program's all-time leading passer. 1 touchdown to become the all-time leader. And he throws right to the boundary to Isaac TeSlaa.
Because so much is on his shoulders. He is the offense.
Here's Sanders, the rocket. And he's forced out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Deverick Daniel made the stop. 15-yard pickup. Jefferson throwing to the end zone. Got him. Touchdown. Jaden Wilson. And that touchdown pass, Rod.
Yeah, go back and look at the defense here. So you've got your corner over here trying to go one-on-one with the outside. He's got the outside guy, 12, Mathis does. But what happens is they try to do a switch, and he's got outside leverage. There is no way he can cover this route with outside leverage. That's a route you want the safety to handle, but they were trying to avoid having.
No one has thrown more touchdown passes as quarterback for Arkansas than K.J. Jefferson. And Arkansas up early, 7-0.
To the inside receiver. No way he can cover that.
Jenkins got upended. Remember to tune in to the show December 8th, 7 p.m. on ESPN. That one's complete to Andrew Armstrong. Armstrong's got a first down. He's brought down at the 38. It's that time of year. Annual holiday celebration here in Fayetteville. They call it the Lights of the Ozark. 30-year tradition. Holiday lights, they have music, all kinds of things. Downtown Fayetteville runs through the first of the year. We're all tied up at 7. Arkansas and FIU.
They don't have enough blockers over there. Enough defenders.
Jefferson throwing it to the outside to Teslaw. Tony Patterson checked into the backfield. He goes to the Wildcat. It's Patterson. Driven back right at the line of scrimmage. Full house in the backfield. Jenkins going to throw, hit, and almost intercepted.
Good pressure inside by Arkansas. And it looks like that was Morgan, John Morgan III, who got in there.
We played one quarter here in Fayetteville. It's FIU on top of Arkansas, 13-7. Some of those passes too. Nathan Bax, the tight end, makes the catch. This is Isaiah Gustav. Gustav still on his feet and across midfield. And he's in Panther territory. There's the run.
Right into the play, but missed the tackle.
Kenny Guyton, the offensive coordinator. There's the handoff to Gustav again. He's the freshman out of Naples, Florida. They love him. They think he could be the future here of their running game. You keep an eye on Jefferson. He's going to throw it. He's got time. Another crossing route. Here's Armstrong. Armstrong down the sideline. And knocked down at the 7. Throwing. A dime. Touchdown. Tyrone Broden.
Good throw inside, and what an effort by Broden to work.
75 yards in 12 plays. And caps it up with this 4-yard TD pass. He's like, what's up, bro? Tyrone Broden with the TD catch.
More trips and work the safeties.
Mitchell at the top of your screen, but he's going to throw it at the bottom of your screen. And he fumbled, took it away. What a play by Al Walcott, and he scores.
A pick. That's not a fumble. That's just a mugging. He just mugged this receiver and took this ball away. A question, though, was his knee down? Was his knee down before he pulled that ball out?
Thanks to Al Walcott. Look at this play.
Yeah, kudos to the replay booth. They recognize that the receiver never had control of the ball. See the ball? It's on the back of his shoulder pads. So this isn't a catch and a fumble. This is a pick. The receiver never had the ball. Patterson never had it.
Here's another look, partner.
This is a tremendous play, but look, that knee is down. But maybe he already had the ball. It is such a close call. But the replay booth didn't feel the need to take a longer look.
Jenkins throwing. That's the Rivers. And he is brought down at the 19. John Morgan, the transfer out of Pitt.
Georgia responds with a beatdown.
KJ. Just anything that's close to him, he's all of a sudden become their go-to guy. Jet sweep to Satania. Satania brought down inside the red zone.
You just feel the size and strength. Again, a little pull of
He's 17 for 19 on the season. Kick is good. Football gets in the way. So be it. Look at that.
Try that 10 times and you wouldn't get close.
24-13 our score here in Arkansas. Especially with 4 minutes until the half, Arkansas will get the ball to begin the second half. Jenkins under pressure and sack. Torian Carter for FIU.
Yeah, ball's got to come out. I mean, that's enough protection. Jenkins, young quarterback, now ball's got to go out. He holds it too long, and by that time, Carter is all over him. Now you got 3rd and forever.
First sack of the night for Arkansas. 1 for 5 on 3rd down is FIU. That's Owens. And he is hit immediately.
The rushing attack has gone south without him helping.
Jefferson going north. Big game. Here's 3rd and 12. Under 2 minutes till the half. Pressure. Throws. Complete. Teslaw.
They should be going for it here.
How about the gust of Dominique Johnson? Wide open. Touchdown.
And just take a look in the middle here. Watch what happens. You get a great double team. And you get linebackers, look at them, heading away from the center. They were trying to blitz B gaps, A gap completely wide open. You get a double team, and there is nothing but green for Dominique Johnson. He probably couldn't believe it himself. There's nobody there. There's not a safety. There's nothing.
Razorbacks love it. Mitchell at the top of your screen. Jenkins looking, throwing, checking it down to Lawrence. Big hit. Football is presented by Dr. Pepper. Here in Fayetteville, 31-13 is our score as we begin the second half. Brian Custer alongside Rod Gill. Really the most that Arkansas has scored in the first half since week 1. And their defense now with 5 defensive touchdowns. That's the most in the country. And KJ, as I talked about, has already set those records for touchdowns and passing yards. And he's going to go for more. And that's complete to Armstrong.
He wants to see more of the run game get going here in the second half. He also wants to see his guys keep their hands in. Too many penalties they're dealing with. They want to see Isaiah Gustav get going in the run game.
He's the freshman. And Augusta breaks another one. Augusta forced out of bounds by Donovan Manuel.
Zone coverage.
He's going to throw that one to the tight end, Rocky Beers.
They're showing 2 safeties playing back again.
Jenkins going to Mitchell. He's got one-on-one. Throws incomplete. In a battle with Keon Stewart again.
More towards the corner because it's in a place where Stewart can make a play. And he mirrored this perfectly, caught up to the man, and now make the play. A little hand fighting is okay.
5 catches, 152 yards. And he's now got another touchdown, his 7th of the season. We're on our time right now, Rod. Augusta getting to the outside. You see why they believe he could be the future of their running game going forward. KJ looking. That's complete to Armstrong. KJ, he'll keep it. Makes a cut. Here for the Panthers from their own 30. They go with the jet sweep to Patterson. Ooh. Second offensive possession, 11 plays, 38 yards, another missed field goal.
No points.
No points. Augusta and a freshman again.
Man, this defense.
Well, this Arkansas squad has now run for 246 yards. It's a season high. And even more as Johnson cuts it loose again. Here's Jefferson. Jefferson throwing to the end zone. Got a man. Touchdown. Latanya. 32-yard strike.
He's the record holder in TD passes, but this thing is a bullet. Right back in there. No time for the safety to come over and make a play. Just well done, well thrown. Perfect for Satania to get a touchdown. And this is beautiful. I mean, both defensive backs were thinking, I can make a play, and that ball took off. He had no chance. Well, he's actually recruiting offensive linemen and bringing them in, probably to the chagrin of his current players.
Jenkins just threw a pick. Al Walcott, his second on the night.
All day to figure out, do I catch it with my hands or do I catch it with my body? Hands or body? Hands or body? I'm going to use both.
And the freshman said, why did I throw that? Jefferson stepping up, throwing. He's got a man over the middle, and that's complete for Wilson. And that one's good.
$175.
Jenkins under pressure and sacked. Landon Jackson got him.
I mean, they brought the house. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They bring 6 and a spy there.
Here's a Gustav, the freshman. Reverses field. Lowers the shoulder. The freshman. This will be from 41 for Cam Little. It's good. He's missed a couple, but now he's redeemed himself with 2 straight.
You can answer me later.
41 to 20 our score. Patterson's the one running it. Jenkins under pressure and sacked. And there's the captain again, leading the charge, that band of Hogs.
2021 that was what, sack number 6.5 for him on the season?
Down to the field with the man with the big day. Here's Lauren with KJ Jefferson.
The man with a big day indeed, smashing records here in Fayetteville, going down as one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of this program. What does this mean to you, KJ?
That means a lot. It's a very surreal moment to me. Give all the grace to God, my teammates as well. I mean, none of this is possible without them pushing me every day and going out and making plays for me. So all grace to them guys.
I know it's been a lot of ups and downs this season, a lot of challenges, but you've kept a positive mindset, positive attitude. What does this win mean to you and your football team with 2 more here at home?
It means a lot, man. We just want to get that taste out of our mouth from last week, so we knew we had to come out, start fast. I mean, FIU is a great team. They play really hard, so we had to come out and establish ourselves here and play Arkansas brand football.
And you talk about the Arkansas brand. That's been a big factor for you and why you decided to stick around and stay here. How important is this Arkansas team to you and this fan base?
This team means a lot. I mean, we stuck through a lot of things, frustrating times, adverse times. I mean, we stuck together, we came together as a team, and that's what you want to see. That's why I came back, just to be a part of the brotherhood once again.
All right, I talked to your mom. I know it's your grandma's birthday today. Jessie Wilson is 68 years old. You want to give her a quick shout out real quick?
Happy birthday, Grandma. I told you I'm going to break the record for you. Happy birthday. Love you.
All right, and last things last, a sideline shimmy. Can you give it to me? Show me your little dance moves. All right. There we go. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you. Congratulations.
Razorbacks Embarrassed at home by Auburn last week. KJ Jefferson about took the head right off Tyrone Broden, who makes the touchdown catch. Hogs up 1 against FIU. Ensuing drive, Keon Jenkins,
Give me
Dean
that.
Patterson.
Thank you.
How? My ball, folks.
I'm talking about, was this an interception or a strip six? And the one down is kind of an interception, I think.
I think it was.
If it is, that's what this Arkansas defense has been doing a lot of this year.
Oh, it's a much improved.
That's their fifth defensive score of the year, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
they're playing some defense.
He's got a cool Letterman's jacket, too.
He does, doesn't he? That was Dominic Johnson on the touchdown run. Third quarter, Jefferson to Isaiah Satania. 32 yards. Satania. Razorbacks roll. They needed to.
KJ, 3 TD passes on the day. No interceptions.
By the way, Walcott with a pick there. He's the one that had the touchdown. 44-20 Razorbacks. They host Missouri next week.